Welcome lacrosse fans here to Wilmot Recreation Complex for Game 2 of the 2023 Meredith Cup Finals of the Junior C League. Big change in net for the Kodiaks for tonight. In net is number 1, Matisse Tardif, in relief of Nathan Siladot from Game 1, who played an outstanding game, but Tardif had most of the minutes here through the playoffs, and he gets a nod here tonight for the Kodiaks as they try and take 2 games here back home in this best-of-7 final. In net for the Wild is Aiden Kelly, who had also a stellar game in Game 1, where the Kodiaks came out victorious and have a 1-0 lead here in this series. Wild looking to rebound. They don't want to go into Montreal being down 2 games here, so buckle up, folks. We're in for another good one here. Referees for tonight's game: lead referee Simon D'Souza with Mac Abbott and Jeremy McNaught. And the Kodiaks once again dominating off the draw, as they did often in Game 1, getting possession here as they look to bring it all the way down. But errant pass here picked up by Kelly with an outlet pass, and the Wild are trying to bring it up. Matthew Herter looking for an outlet, loses the ball, and the Kodiaks pick it up, get a fresh 30. Offense turnover on the defensive end for the Wild, so both teams have been putting pressure on that transition. And both teams doing an effective job in Game 1. We'll see if that continues here, as it seems to be. As they get another shot off of Owen Howard, off of the glove of Kelly, out of bounds, and goes back to the Kodiaks. So a little change. That's Greer there with a shot in place of Justin Valou, who got a little bit of a jammed ankle that they're keeping out for this game, but he'll be hopefully back for the rest of the series. A big gun there on the left side. And the Wild pick it off as Coverdale over to Crisco. Crisco looking for the shot, he scores! Some defensive guys for the Wild making things happen. A minute 29 here into the first period as Coverdale feeds Crisco, and Crisco buries it. Beautiful snipe by Crisco. Fitting there, trying to tie up Lefebvre. Or Laverne, sorry. Nathan Laverne doing an excellent job on the draws, and once again, the Kodiaks come up with it. There we go, down to the crease. Crease violation by the Kodiaks. Story in yesterday's game, the Capella brothers being a force here again tonight. They accounted for 6 of the 10 goals in yesterday's game. William with 3, Anthony with 2, and Justin with a single. Nice save by Tardif, scoops up the rebound, looking for an outlet, and the Kodiaks bring it up. Warren to look for a little pressure, but the Kodiak player slips by him. And we got William Capello with the ball, waiting for a little bit of help, but he's going to decide to go a little one-on-one. Looks for a cutter to Nathan Laverne, but misses the net. Ball in the corner. Belleville picks it up. Misses the net. And the Wild, as they did yesterday, great job on the 30-second shot clock, burning those offensive opportunities for the Kodiaks, and they continue that here again tonight. Kelleher with the ball, looking to try and get a step on the defender, gets pushed to the outside, looking for a cutter, errant pass, it's up in the air. Kodiaks doing a good job on those rebounds. They push it over, and looking for Greer, and Greer evens this up. Benjamin Clement feeding Greer, striking down. and beats Kelly. At 3:18 into this first period, we got a 1-1 tie. Greer looks like basically in that position of role that Justin Valou held in the game one. Makes his presence known here early in the first period. Greer picking up the loose ball again, going to the net, and he scores again! Mere seconds, and right off the draw, and Greer nets his second goal as the Kodiaks strike fast, take a 2-1 lead. Kodiaks having lots of success off the draw, and they get it again. Looking for the fast break, but just over Anto Capella's head as he puts on the forecheck here. The Wild bring it up. It's Wilson. Wilson looking for some help. Over to Snyder, but errant pass. Chilton there to help him out. Backs up the pass. Good hustle by Chilton, who I think had an exceptional game one. He was hustling, making things happen. O'Keefe there, moving up to the offensive side of the floor here in game number 2, as Owen Smith is going to be out for tonight's game. Coverdale into the lineup. O'Keefe moves up. Yeah, number 20, Maxime Bogstad. Little step on the defender, driving to the lane, picks it up to Matthew Lefebvre, and Kelly's there to make the stop. Gets a little help there for the outlets. The Wild bring it up. Crisco with the opening goal for the Wild. Dishes it off. Over to Warden, looking to get a step on his defender, loses the ball. And the Kodiaks pick it up. Kelleher trying to put a little pressure on. And we've got an offense interference behind the play and turns the ball over. Quite unnecessary, and I think both teams want to cut back on those needless mental lapses. Forsyth with a step, looks for the cutter, but Brindamore not quite ready for it. Terry McDonald not quite ready for it. O'Keefe putting the pressure on the boards, forcing a loose ball. So Wild continue to fight for that. And Chilton comes up with it. Drives down the corner, tries to get a step, goes to the crease. And nice save by Tardif. Loose ball picked up by the Kodiaks as they bring it up. And the Wild looking to get on this loose ball. Fitton fighting for it, but he gets blocked, sealed off. But 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wild done an effective job yesterday, as it looks like number 12 there going to the net. 30-second shot clock violation. That was William Gendron with an effort going to the net. But the Wild doing a great job on putting some pressure on the transition and knocking some key seconds off the shot clock, and Kodiak's doing their version of that here as well, as the shot clock's inside 10 seconds. Kelleher with the ball, looking for a lane, looking for a shot, maybe a reset, misses the net, and O'Keefe there tries to pick up the rebound, just misses the net, and that's going to be a 30-second burn for the Kodiaks as they pick up the ball, bring it up the center. Bogstad bring it up top. Anthony Capella scored 2 goals in the first period in yesterday's game, more or less quarterbacking this offense for the Kodiaks. And he's looking for an outlet, drops it down to the left crease, looking for a cutter, misses the ball, and the Wild pick it up. Nice fast-paced action here. 7 minutes into the first period. McDonald dishes it off. Warden, we got an offensive interference, and now we got a retaliation penalty. As we're going to have, looks like Jeremy Capella with a check from behind. Didn't like the offensive interference play by the Wild, and He's going to be sitting for 2 or less as the Wild get their first power play opportunity. You got Snyder up top, Forsyth on the left shooter's position, T-Mac there on the right shooter's position, and Snyder looks for the shot, but a little stick check there at the end of the shot makes it go wide and out of bounds, and the Kodiaks pick it up as they try and bring it over the rag line, and they do with plenty of time. Oh, and a line to the net. Oh, and Kelly sticks out his shoulder there and robs Nathan Laverne. Would have been a nice short-handed goal. Nice save by Kelly. Forsyth with the ball. Looking for Kelleher. Kelleher's got it. Gets out of trouble to Forsyth. Over to McDonald at the top on the shift. Pass it over to Brennicky. Brennicky misses the net, and the rebound goes all the way down. It's going to be 5 seconds on the shot clock, and Kelly's going to look to just drop it down. McDonald maybe looking for a cutter. Not enough time. A little bit out of the reach of Forsyth. And Kodiaks bring it up. A minute left in the power play for the Wild. So Kodiaks look to burn off a solid 30, maybe get a reset. And a little bounce pass there over the head of Beliveau, I believe. And picked up by Herder, who dishes it off to Snyder as they look to capitalize here. Looks like Snyder's going to go down to the crease. Brennicky up top. Looking to get a little movement from the defense. And Brennicky takes a shot, and he saves it! Underhand shot, goes high! That's the way you fire it. Change the directory on the shot, and the Wild get a power play goal here and tie this up. 8:38 into the first period. We got a 2-2 tie here. Beautiful shot by Brennicky. So it was noted that the Kodiaks, in their 6-goal run between the end of the first period and the beginning of the second period, 4 of those were power play goals. But here the Wild trying to change those tides and get a power play marker of their own. We got too many men on the Kodiaks, a little sloppy change. Guy's not quite into the box, and those are the kind of calls that you're gonna get picked up with your 3-man system. As McNaught watching those changes as the trail ref. And Kodiak ball, Kelleher with a shot, just misses the net. Loose ball there, looking for a bounce in their way, but the Kodiaks Wild picks it up. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Get it on net, but Tardif there to gather up his rebound. Nice outlet pass to Jeremy Capella, who's trying to go a little one-on-one. Nice defensive play by Sully. And through the crease there, so it goes to the Wild. Nice job by O'Sullivan there on the defensive side, not taking any stick fakes and sticking with the body. Coverdale dishes it off to Chilton. Chilton dumps it to Warden. Down to Snyder. Snyder from the shooter's position misses the net. Big rebound goes out of bounds, and that's going to go to the Kodiaks. Lively boards here at the Wilmot Rec Complex. He's got Matthew Lefebvre with the ball. Bring it down the right side, dishes off over, Aaron pass, it's a loosie. Wild trying to put some pressure on, keep that ball loose, and we've got a out of bounds, I believe. Anyway, it goes to the Wild. Zach Holmes with a beautiful goal yesterday, picks it up and drops it down over to Kelleher. We got a crease violation by Kelleher as he runs out of real estate at the crease. The Kodiaks pick it up. And they bring it up. Beliveau running it down the side. William Capella with the ball. Dishes over to Anthony Capella, and he just misses the net. And goes out of bounds. The two Capellas there running an excellent give and go, pick and roll. they've got some synergy going there between those two that the Wild will be looking to disrupt for the remainder of this series. O'Keefe with the ball, using his size, is up top to Warden. Warden trying to get the step, and Snyder maybe a little too aggressive on that offensive pick. And it's Kodiak's ball. Nathan Lefebvre with the ball. Over to Anthony Capella. Anthony Capella over to Gendron. Tries to hit back to Capella, but loose ball. Wild look to capitalize, and they do. Zachary Holmes, his big body going to the net. Nice dish off to Chilton. Oh, nice save by Tardif. Well executed 2-on-1. Looking for Chilton to get a few more of those looks this game. Matthew Lefebvre just over to the left side. Like Beliveau swings it over to William Capella. Capella tries a backhand pass over to Anthony Capella. He picks it up and scoops it in behind Aiden Kelly as they take a 3-2 lead to the Kodiaks. 12 minutes and 2 seconds here into the first period. Kodiaks lead 3-2. Fitton looking for an answer on these draws, doing a good job tying up Laverne, but Kodiak's generally coming out with possession, as they do once again, as Laverne chips it back. And it's the loose ball, and William Capella picks it up. A little bit of a pressure there by the Wild, on the Kodiaks. But they bring it up into the offensive zone. Gendron over to William Capella. William Capella over to Gendron. Back to Anthony Capella. Big shot from the outside. Kick save by Kelly. Coverdale picks it up. And he looks for the streaking. Brennicky just misses it, but I think he would have been had his lane shut down, as there are 3 Kodiaks in the neighborhood. Wild got to be a little more responsible with the ball, I think. They don't want to be turning it over here to the Kodiaks and giving them possession after possession. You got a Kodiak down, looks hurt. They don't blow the whistle, and Anthony Capella has a shooting lane to the net, and he buries it. The Kodiaks take a 2-goal lead here at 13:05 here into the first period. It looks like Wilson was the injured Wild player, but they just let play go on. As if they feel a scoring play is imminent, they will do that. That's just something the defense has to recognize and trying to adjust. Unfortunate set of circumstances there for the Wild. They find themselves trailing 4-2 with just under 7 minutes left here in the first period. Wild come up with this possession off the draw. And look to strike. Crisco with one of the goals here for the Wild. Gonna watch those passes over by the change box. Kelleher to Brennicky, a nice passing play, but Tardif there to make the stop. And the Kodiaks bring it up. Gendron there loses a handle on the ball. And Snyder with the ball. Over to Warden. Back to Snyder. Snyder looking to make something happen, looking for a shooting lane, drops his shoulder down, takes a shot, bounce shot, but Tardif's there. Easy save. As he looks for an outlet, nice outlet pass there to Bogstad. Bogstad 2-on-1, takes a shot. And the Wild not hustling back on defense. You're going to have to change some things up here. As the Kodiaks get their 5th goal of the period and take a 5-2 lead. All starts on the offensive end here as well too for the Wild, and maybe got to be a little more confident in their offense. They've got some good offensive players and maybe start trusting each other here a little bit to set some screens and seal-offs and give themselves some room. The Wild come out with the possession here on the draw. Abbott bringing it down. Let's see what the Wild can do here. Up to Brindamore. Brindamore over to McDonald. McDonald looking for some help. He's got a little shooting lane, but clean look for Tardif. Seems to be a good positional goalie. Cutting down the angles. Makes that stop look easy. And the Kodiaks missed a shot, and errant ball here, and picked up by the Wild. Crisco up to Snyder. Snyder over to Warden. Warden with the fake shot. Tucks it in. All over. Kodiak player draped all over him and coughs up the ball. Kodiak's running here. Anthony Capella. Holmes knocks it down and into the corner, but Anthony Capella picks it back up. Capella getting away from trouble, looking over to Bogstad. Bogstad with the turn shot. Nice save by Kelly. Bogstad using his size there. Nice offensive play there to get the shot off. But Kelly standing tall. Kelleher down the left side. Brings up, oh, he loses a step, but nice dish up, and O'Keefe, wrong side of the floor, and just lose it, and he's got it, and down the shot clock winding down, and he turns it over. The Kodiak's pushing it up the floor. He'll stop there, nice shot. Kelly there with a equally nice stop. We got through the crease violation by the Kodiaks, and the Wild get the ball back. Chilton there couldn't find the ball, caught up in his jersey, but he recovers. Over to Snyder. Snyder a little flat-footed there, but I'm not too sure about that offensive pick there. But nonetheless, looks like possibly a turnover here by the Kodiaks, and Fitton picks up the ball. Wild here, looking for a little flow on the offensive side. As we got Brindamore over to McDonald. McDonald swings over to Forsyth. Forsyth with a shot, misses the net. A little scrum there on the far side, and we've got a little bit of a scrum happen here with Snyder and Mateo Hosiel. And they're calling that offensive interference. Nothing coming out of that introduction from those two players. And the Kodiaks are bringing up Anthony Capella. Brings over to William Capella, looking for a streaking. Greer, and Greer gets his hat trick. Natural hat trick here in the first period with Greer with his third goal. As the Kodiaks seem to have the step on the Wild here in the first period. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the first period, and the Wild looking for an answer for the Kodiak speed. And Fitton looking to get a possession here again. The Wild battling for the ball. Gets loose, and Herter does a nice job scooping up and being pressured by Capella. And Herter picks it up, gets out of trouble. They're going to have to move the ball here a little crisper on their transition. Warden with the ball. Looks for the shot, gets it off. Nice bounce shot, but saved by Tardif. As we got Jeremy Capella there picking up the ball. Pulls it out, tries to beat his defender. Looking for some help, and finds Beliveau. Beliveau brings it up to William Capella. William Capella. Down low to Gendron. Or Bogstad, sorry. And Bogstad just misses Capella at the crease. Kelly with the outlet pass. And the Wild bring it up. Kelleher with the ball. 15 seconds on the shot clock as the Wild are going to look for a couple offensive sets here as we're into the final minute here of the first period. 6-2 lead by the Kodiaks. And Chilton with the far outside shot as the shot clock winding down. And Snyder's going to get a slashing penalty here behind the play. As clearly some frustration is setting in with the Wild. With 38.7 seconds left here in the first period. The Kodiaks are already up 6-2 and really taking over this game here. We'll have a power play here for the remainder of the first period. And there's Anthony Capella with a shot from outside and got a crease violation. So the the Wild are going to look to see if they can kill off this power or penalty here for the remainder of the period and regroup in the dressing room as Herter kills it. And we've got a too many men defensive penalty by the Kodiaks on the change. And so that'll even that up. 11.6 seconds here. As the Kodiaks will get a 4-on-4 opportunity here. See if they can get a quick strike here. See if they can get a little bit of momentum here in the dying seconds of the first period. Forsyth trying to hit McDonald but misses the mark. As the seconds wind down, Forsyth just misses the net. As the Wild come out strong, score the first one. Only to see the Kodiaks take the lead. 2-1, Wild make it 2-2, but the last four have been all Kodiaks as they take a 6-2 lead into the intermission. We'll be right back with second period action. Welcome back, lacrosse fans. We got second period starting here in game 2 of the 2023 Meredith Cup Junior C action here as the North Shore Kodiaks taking a stranglehold in this game and trying to take a stranglehold on the series here in game 2. They lead 6-2. As the Wild do not look like the team that was on the floor in game 1. As they look to turn some things around, get some momentum here as they get the possession to start off here the second period and chip away at this 4-goal lead by the Kodiaks as they get inside, which is not something they did a lot of in the first period here as we're starting off 4-on-4 as we got a couple of guys in the box. They're not offsetting, so 4-on-4 for about 50 seconds as Brennicky takes the feed from Brindamore, and that's exactly what the Wild needed to start this second period. Starts with one, getting a little momentum. 34 seconds, excuse me, here into the second period. We stay 4-on-4 as the Wild cut the lead to 3. As the Wild fighting, battling for that loose ball, as they've been doing quite a bit better on that in the last few draws. And we've got a possession call. Let's go on the Wild's way. As Holmes has the ball, brings it up, makes the change, over to Chilton. Using the speed, tries to dip it back to McDonald, who wasn't quite ready for that one. Still lots of time. As we have Kelleher, spins around and takes the shot, but Tardif standing tall makes the save. And he fires it down to Anthony Capella, and he misses the mark. And looks like he rather had let the ball go through the crease to avoid the back end, and picks up the Lucy. As it's now a power play for the Wild here for 20 seconds, so they'll have a good possession here to see if they can strike. As Brennicky off the post, what a shot! That would have been a nice goal. Game of inches. As the Kodiaks bring it up and all but kill off the rest of this penalty. As we're back to 5-on-5, but the Wild pick it up. Fitton with the ball, gets out of trouble, dishes off and goes for a change. Brindamore with the ball. Brindamore looking for some help. Over to the left. Kelleher with the shot, misses the net. Big rebound all the way down. Shot clock down to 8. Kelly picks it up to Kelleher, and he can do nothing but just send it down to the other end. Make the Kodiaks run the full length of the floor. Forsyth, giving some excellent effort, causes a loose ball, but the Kodiaks recover. And Greer, who had a hat trick in the first period, dishes it off to Belleville, back to Greer. Greer swings it across to the other side to William Capella. Capella getting a little help on the right side. Reset, loose ball. Full 30. Greer looks for Capella coming across, but some tight defense there causes a turnover for the Wild as Holmes brings it up over the center and swings it over to O'Keefe. Oh, a little bit of pressure there from the backside, but Brindamore runs out of trouble. Looking to bring it across. Over to Warden. Warden with an outside shot. Big rebound there, but the Kodiaks pick it up. And Bastian trying to bring it up, but well, too much space created for him, and they call the offensive interference on the transition for the Kodiaks. Brindamore almost loses the ball, but regains it. Down low to McDonald. McDonald around the top, looks for the shooting lane, but misses the net. And the Kodiaks trying to bring it up, and the Wild almost picked that off. Chilton with some good hustle back, trying to put some pressure on. Burn some time off the shot clock, but the Kodiaks are in the offensive zone with plenty of time. Shot clock down to within 10. Good ball movement by the Kodiaks. As Crisco, tough defense there. And nice job by Crisco tying up Gendron there, or Bogstad, sorry. And causing a turnover on the shot clock violation. Brennicky, who's had a nice goal and one rifled off the post here. Dishing it over to Forsyth, but outside shot, not having much success on Tardif. As the Kodiaks bring it up over center. And Nathan Laverne with the ball. Laverne looking for an outlet. Swings it all across the floor, but loose ball. Kodiaks pick it up again, looking for a lane down the net. Is William Capella. He misses the net. Big rebound there as Abbott picks it up and brings it over. Wild looking to regain some momentum here as they strike first here in the second period. Looking for some more. Brindamore with the ball. Boys got to keep moving here as Big tough Kodiak defense making it difficult on him. Another moving interference there is Snyder trying to create some space there, but not sure if there's a different set of standards here for the offensive picks than last night, but nonetheless, they're going to have to make the adjustments and find some success here as we got a penalty coming to the Wild as Owen Howard goes to the net. Stopped by Kelly. And a little bit extracurricular there after the whistle, but Crisco looks like he's going to the box for 2 or less. We got a slashing call on Crisco as the Kodiaks go to the power play here at 5:56 into the second period. We got William Capella at the top, or Anthony Capella, one of the two. And Greer, that's Anthony Capella, should have known. It's his, seems to be where he is most of this series so far. Anthony Capella looking for the shot, and he winds up, and Kelly stands tall, but couldn't gather in the rebound as the Wild just shoot it down and hold their position on defense. As Tardif picks it up. And we got another penalty coming to the Wild. And shot clock down to 10, no reset on that. I guess possession for the Wild they called, but didn't see it. And Jeremy Capella takes a shot, Kelly makes a save, and we got a high sticking call on Fitton. So it's going to be 5-on-3 for a buck 12. As we're looking for some active defense here by the Wild. As they're going to play the 2 up top and 1 down at the crease. And we're there, Kodiaks are going to go 4-on-3 and just have a safety valve there at the top. Capella on the right, trying to feed it down to William Capella. Gathers up the loose ball. Nice little give and go. And William Capella tips it in over on the short side over Aiden Kelly. As Crisco comes out of the box, the Kodiaks make it 7-3 and still have the power play going 5-on-4 for a buck 39. They got to keep battling. Lots of lacrosse left here. As we got a loose ball interference going to the Kodiaks. As they bring it up, Anthony Capella. Over to Jeremy Capella, down to William Capella. Jeremy Capella steps in, dishes it back up top. Anthony Capella up top, takes a shot, misses the net, out of bounds. And nothing come of a little bit of a play there after the whistle. Holmes brings it over, looking for a cutter to the net, he hits him. Oh, what a tight angle shot, and we've got too many men on the Kodiaks, so that's going to be a change of possession on the offensive side. We got Chilton there, feeds Bredick. Oh, just running out of real estate there. And a fast break on the other side. And look, they 21 and they score! Benjamin Clement on the fast break, power play goal. As the Kodiaks strike again. 8:01 into the second period, take an 8-3 lead. Adversity builds character, and this is a character building opportunity for the Wild as they get their 5th guy out there on the draw as we're 5-on-5 action. And Coverdale does a nice job picking up the loose ball, but he's feeling some pressure. And getting an interference. Oh, we're getting, looks like I'm not on the Wild there, but they're going to call it on William Capella there, I think. Not sure what happened. And we've got, looks like some offsetting penalty here. Snyder's bucking it up there in the middle. So we'll see what comes out of this. As Simon D'Souza makes the call. Oh, an unsportsmanlike, it looks like, by William Capella. And nobody for the Wild, so that was probably just an offensive interference call that blew that down. So Capella gets teed up. Wild on the power play here, looking to cut this lead. Desperately looking to change the tides here. Snyder over to Forsyth. Low shot, keeps it low, and Tardif handles it as he gets a nice outlet pass to the Kodiaks. As they pull it out and look to kill some time off, that's William Gendron there. Nice play there. Over to Beliveau. Beliveau with a shot outside. Kelly handles that. Dishes it off to Wilson. As they're going to make the change here. Get the power play unit out. Brennicky up top. Over to Brindamore. Brindamore to Brennicky to Snyder. Snyder bringing it down low. Just at the corner to O'Keefe at the crease. Misses the net. And loose ball there as the shot clock winds down and the Kodiaks pick it up as they bring it down over the rag line. And we got another too many men. Well, anxious there on the outdoor by the Kodiaks. And the Wild get another chance here. 45 seconds left on the Kodiak penalty. 20 seconds on the shot clock here. Lots of time for the Wild as they try and move it around, get some rotation. And, oh, Kelleher trying to pick up the rebound and a nice look, but stopped there by Tardif. Full 30 here, 20 seconds left on the Kodiak penalty. As the Wild will have to be cautious of the player coming out of the box on a big shot from outside. As they give up the rebound here, and they got a shorthanded transition opportunity here, but great hustle back by Chilton to tie up that stick and force an errant shot. But the Kodiaks pick up the ball, and we're back to 5-on-5 action here. Great effort there by Coverdale. He's making the most of his opportunity being called into the lineup here tonight. Abbott streaking down, he's got some space, and just tries to beat Tardif down low, but Tardif gets his leg out in the way, and here's Greer. Greer streaking down, trying to get an edge on his defender. Tight angle shots, and calling the interference there. Must have been after the release of the ball, and going to the Kodiaks. We're getting a little bit of intensity there on the right-hand side. And we're getting a high stick call as the Wild are trying to rattle the Kodiaks here a bit. And if I'm not mistaken here, I think could be William Capella again. With a high stick, maybe not liking the attention he's getting, and Wild desperately have to get the Kodiaks off their game. But they're going to also need some offensive, show a little something here on the offensive side, which they haven't done much this game. They're a little flat-footed offensively. They're going to have to try and get some inside and get this goalie moving, swing that ball side to side and find some open mesh, because Tardif looks like a good positional goalie with a great outlet pass. Snyder up top, looking for the shot, misses the net. Big rebound off the boards here. And Gendron looks like he's chasing after the ball, scoops it up. Holds, trying to get away from Snyder. As he does, brings up top and swings it over to Howard. Howard trying to protect the ball. Killing off some time here. And then maybe drive to the net or look for a cutter. Howard doing a good job. Bring it down low and just drops it down into the corner here. Does his job. As we're into a minute with the power play here for the Wild. And Brindamore can't handle that and gives up the ball here to Gendron again. And he's striking down. Great hustle by Chilton to disrupt that shot as it goes wide. Great hustle by Chilton trying to spark plug his team here. He's got the ball up top, swings it over to Forsyth. Back to Chilton. And Brennicky with the low shot, tries to beat Tardif, but nothing doing. Just over 7 minutes left here in the second period. 8-3 score in favor of the Kodiaks as they try and kill off the dying seconds of this power play. And maybe even get a short-handed marker, but they lose the ball all the way down to the end off the shot. And we're back to even strength. Well, that was Anthony Capella that was in the box as he comes streaking out and misses the net and slides into the boards. Looks to be okay. Going to the bench on his own accord, maybe favoring his shoulder a little bit. Hope he's okay. McDonald with the ball up top, swings it over to Forsyth. Forsyth with a stick fake, but can't bury it. Kodiak's driving it down. Great effort there. Fitton sacrificing his bodies, trying to slow up Mateo Josiel. And they're rewarded with a turnover, so the Kodiaks get the ball back, or the Wild get the ball back. And Brindamore with the ball up top. McDonald trying to create some space there with a seal out, but Brindamore dishes off to McDonald. McDonald swings it across. Shot clock winding down. Forsyth with the ball. Outside shot. Off the goalie for the reset. And Brindamore comes up with the loosey. So another full 30 here for the Wild. As they are desperately trying to solve this puzzle of the Kodiak defense. And Forsyth with a tough angle outside shot, which is just not going to do it here. As we got Jeremy Capella on the wrong side of the floor, but trying to take advantage of the lane he had to the net. Loose ball along the boards. Picked up by the Kodiaks. We got Crisco battling, almost picking up the loosey, but it goes back to the Kodiaks. There's Radley there trying to put some pressure on. The Kodiaks bring it up over. Shot clock down to 10. Up top to Greer. Greer pulls it back, tries to beat his defender, but the Wild defense stands tall. Loose ball by Greer, and that's a great defensive stand by the Wild. That starts by a shift, winning your shifts. That's how it starts. Now the offense has to win a shift here. O'Keefe swings it across to Snyder. Snyder looking for cutter to the net, but nothing doing there. Back in by the Kodiaks. It's going to the Wild. T-Mac with the ball down low. Walking up, looking for some help. Brings it down low to O'Keefe. O'Keefe trying to use his size, rolls off. Trying to find a lane to the net, but he gets collapsed on and he still got the ball, but bad angle shot there, and Tardif makes the save and gathers up the rebound. And 4 minutes left here in the second period as we got Bogstad with the ball. Drops it down. They swing it over to Beliveau. Beliveau down to That was Laverne. And Kelly scoops up the rebound. And the Wild bring it up. Crisco brings it up over to Brindamore. Brindamore waiting for some help. Hits a nice cutter. Nice job to Brennicky, but Brennicky unable to bury it. And the Kodiaks bring it up over center. Got Hosiel trying to get away from the pressure here. And dishes it off, but loose ball down in the corner. Nice pressure by the Wild on that transition defense. Coverdale up to Herder. Herder streaking down the side. Nobody there. Good job trying to pull it out, looking for help. Up to Chilton. Chilton down to O'Keefe. O'Keefe. Oh, looking for Brindamore, but Brindamore loses a handle and turns it over to the Kodiaks. Got 2.5 minutes left here in the second period as the Kodiaks bring it down as Bastian tries to take a shot, but bounces out of bounds, and the Wild bring the ball up as Crisco brings up over center. Gotta watch that change box as they almost got caught from behind by the Kodiaks. But nonetheless, here's Snyder with the ball. Sharp angle outside shot. Maybe just trying to get a reset off of that. And we got a transition opportunity here by Hosiel. Hosiel. Not much of a shot there as Kelly makes the easy stop. And the Wild pick up the rebound there. And we got a little bit of a interference there happening on the change. We got close change boxes here. And it's bound to happen. You get a little incidental interference there. It looks like Jeremy Capella is down. No call by the referees. Of course, both benches claiming foul on the other team. And it wouldn't be a hot summer's night if we didn't have, in a lacrosse arena, if we didn't have a little bit of unofficial introductions by the players of each team. So referees are trying to get the players to their bench. As we'll hope Jeremy Capella is able to get back on the floor. As we've got a big lead here by the Kodiaks with a minute 42 left here in the second period. They had a 5-2 lead after the first period. Kodiaks came out strong in the second, got the first goal, but it's been all Kodiak since then, getting 3 of their own. As the Wild got to stop this run and get some offense. So they take an opportunity for an unofficial timeout to regroup here, as the referees are looking for the Kodiak bench to get their explanation. Looks like all is good, as it's going to be Wild ball here, I believe. Shot clock winding down, so we'll see if it's a fresh 30. As Mac Abbott comes over and probably going to set the shot clock to its proper time. Okay, Simon D'Souza saying, right, that was too many men or an interference call, so that's a full reset for the Wild. And here we go, we got game on. Wild looking for some momentum going into the intermission here. Chilton up top. the sidearm shot, but Tardif handling those all game as he looks for the outlet. As the Kodiaks bring it up, Matt Lamoureux dishes it off to Beliveau. Beliveau puts it up top to Greer. Greer waiting for all the offensive players to get on. A little stutter step. Big shot from outside. Kelly makes the save, but a big rebound. And Capella picks up the rebound on the far side. Down to the corner, rolls off it. Looking for a lane, pick and roll. And a nice play. And a beautiful save. Matthew Lefebvre right at the crease, and Kelly makes a big stop. Trying to pick his team up here as we're in the last minute of play in the second period. 8-3 Kodiaks. Wild trying to battle back here. Putting some pressure on. Nice strip by Coverdale. And we got Fitton racing down. We got the break. Oh, tries to go up top, but Tardif makes the save. That would have been an excellent goal there as the Kodiaks look for the timeout, and they get it with 26.5 seconds left. And looks like a half-second difference, if not a full shot clock for the Kodiaks here, as they will look to draw something up. Pouliot and Miller, the coaches for the Kodiaks, getting out the board. Kodiaks getting their top 5 defenders out, or the Wild, sorry, getting their top 5 defenders out. Imagine Tardif will go to the bench. But he's sauntering back to the crease, so we'll see what comes of that. Might be a decoy for a few seconds as he turns to see what's going on. And we're going to go a little 6-on-5 here. The Kodiaks start from back in their own zone. 28 seconds on the game clock now. 30 seconds on the shot clock. So they technically have the full game clock here, as they will just wind it down to 10 seconds or so. Anthony Capella keeps his eye on the clock. And he's down to 10, and here they go over to Greer, back to Capella. A little bit of movement trying to seal off, and Greer takes a shot from outside. And we got interference there on the Wild. And a little clock issue here that they're looking to set up. So Kodiaks get the ball back. And we'll see 3.5 seconds on the clock here, so maybe a quick shot here. Greer steps in, takes the shot, and Kelly with the save. As both teams are going to try and say, hey, we're coming out in the third. This game's not over. The Wild are going to have to find some magic here. They got 10 minutes to figure this out. They don't want to be going into Montreal down 2 games here. But the Wild looking good. We'll see what the third period has in store for us when we come back. Welcome back, lacrosse fans, for period number 3 of game 2 of the 2023 Junior C Meredith Cup Finals between your North Shore Kodiaks in the blue and the Wilmot Wild in the white, as the Kodiaks pick up the ball. Sporting an 8-3 lead here on the Wild. It's far from critical time, but the Wilmot Wild, if they want to find themselves back in this series, they're going to have to win some shifts and ideally win this period and change the tides in this series. As Anthony Capella takes a big shot from outside. And then Greer picks up, I think, his 4th goal of the game from outside. That just kind of handcuffs Kelly late in the shot clock. Not the start that the Wild wanted here for the third period. As as the Kodiaks take a 9-3 lead, just 35 seconds here into the third period. I'm Mark Schutzkowski alongside Darren the Legend Stevenson on 519 Sports Online. Happy to bring you the game 1 and 2 here of the Meredith Cup. A little bit of a different tone to this game than game 1, as the Kodiaks have really kept a lid on the Wild and thwarted really any of their momentum as they get the ball and fire it down late into the shot clock, and Kelly scoops up the loose ball, fires it down as Abbott has the ball looking for an outlet there, and Forsyth picks it up and gets sandwiched by a couple of defenders as he tries to split them and turns the ball over, and the Kodiaks bring it back. Jeremy Capella swings it back to Bogstad. Bogstad drops it over to Laverne. Laverne to Beliveau. Back up to Bogstad, who misses the handle. And Crisco, who got the opening goal of the game, tries to pick it up, but doesn't quite get the handle on, but that's a 30-second shot clock violation. And the Wild pick it up, and Coverdale gets the ball and puts it up to Warden. Warden drives it down the lane on the left-hand side, looking for, not sure who there, but it's like McDonald picked it up, but he's trying to go to the crease, but they push him into the net. And a little bit of a late shove there. I think the Souzas here's got the cross-checking call, I believe. But Warden mucking it up there. With Gabriel Montreux. And we'll see what comes out of this. As O'Keefe also trying to get under the skin of the Kodiaks. So we got Warden going to the bench, or going to the box. We have Gabriel Montreux going to the box, which looked like it's going to be a power play for the Wild. Looks like it might just be a trade-off here, and that's not what the Wild are looking for. But it looks like they're calling for another player to come over from the Kodiak bench, perhaps. Okay, so 2 minutes for a rough for each Warden and Montreux, I believe. And Montreux gets the extra for high stick or slash or interference or whatnot. It's a minor rough, says Darren. My eye in the sky. And we got even for 2. So 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. And then the Wild will go on a power play. Unless we get a little bit more action here. And a turnover by the Wild and scooped up by Tardif. And we got Gendron the ball, dishes it off to Capella. Capella up top, tries to beat Herder. Backs off, dishes it off over to Laverne. Laverne tries to drive to the net. Saved by Kelly. Greer just missed it up, and we've got a penalty here by, looks like we've got Abbott going to the box for the high stick. Oh, a little bit of change of events here. As now we are going to have 4-on-3 action as the Kodiaks are going on the power play here for $1.15. they move it around. Capella up top, down to William Capella. He's got a little space in front here, and nice save by Kelly from the outside shot. Picked up by Radley, who just cannot get away from the pressure of the Kodiaks. And we've got a out of bounds on the Wild, going to the Kodiaks. Capella swings it over. Capella down to Capella. Capella, trying to look for that lane to the nets. Anthony Capella over the crease, over to William Capella, back over to Beliveau, looks like. Beliveau loses the handle, up to Greer. Greer to Capella, Capella down to Capella. And a nice positional save by Kelly, who read that the whole way. It's like Herder trying to bring it up over. He's got 10 seconds winding down, but he brings it up over the rag line, but loses the ball. As Gendron picks it up, looking for a streaking Capella to the net, but broken up there by Brindamore, it looks. And the Wild turn it over again. Looks like we're going to be 4-on-4 here for 40 seconds. And then the Wild will have a power play for a little over a minute. Anthony Capella up top. Low to high shot off of Kelly's mask, and he looks to be okay. Brindamore streaking down. Tries to stutter step and get a lane. He spins around and gets a little bit of a hook that knocks the ball away. And Hosiel's got the ball, trying to get away from trouble, as they will now be short here. So we got Lefebvre going to the net, but Kelly there for the stop. As the Wild bring it up, and they'll have 1 minute here to work on the power play, as the shot clock's down to 15 seconds. Snyder up top. Swings it over to Brennicky, but body in the way and blocks that shot off. Snyder picks it up. Shot clock winding down and cannot get the shot off on time, but Tardif's there for the stop regardless. And the Kodiaks trying to bring it up over, just over 30 seconds left in the penalty. And he brings it up over the rag line. Some good pressure there by Radley. But it's Greer in front of the net. But a nice save by Kelly, who settled in after a tough first period. Played well in the second and is standing tall here in the third. The Wild, and there are 14 minutes left here, need to take something out of this game. Winning a shift, winning a period here, and building off of that. As it's up top to Forsyth, he tries to use a screen and bring it around, but Tardif there for the shot. Over to Gendron. Looks like we got a penalty here coming to the Wild. As Tardif goes to the net and they bring the extra attacker out. 6-on-5. As they try and set up the house there on defense, and a outside shot there. And it looks like we've got Forsyth going to the penalty on the slash. Perhaps a little retaliatory response there, but they got the trailer on that call. 13-12 left here in the third period. Kodiaks up by 6, looking to add and put this out of reach if it's not already. We got the 3 Capellas on the right hand side. Anthony up top, Jeremy in the shooter position, William down low. They play a little catch. And up top to Anthony Capella, who's looking for the big shot, misses the net. And that should do it for that shot clock as the ball goes all the way down. And the Wild will have their chance here to see if they got any offensive plays here, being shorthanded and try and get a little two-man game going on the far side and spring somebody open so they can feed it to him. Kelleher doing a good job of getting away from some trouble, as he's got to keep the feet moving there, down low. No help there. Looks like he's going to try and drive to the net, but they collapse on him and tie up his stick and lie down. Ball goes down on the ground and picked up by the Kodiaks. Kodiaks with just under a minute left here in the power play. So they look to be it set up. Jeremy Capella swings it over to Greer. Greer with a shot, and Kelly there with a nice save. Kelly with the ball, up to Sully. O'Sullivan trying to grab the handle on it, and by that time he gets a defender on him, but he brings it up over the rag line. Good hustle. Got to keep the feet moving there. Sully, he gets doubled, but swings it over and goes for a change. Brindamore with the long bomb shot. Not doing anything against Tardif. There's been a wall between those pipes. A little credit to his defense there as well too. Not really giving the Wild much there. Outside shots and not much inside has been the story for the Wild here. They just have not been able to get some good looks and some quality scoring chances. Snyder with the ball. Trying to create some space with that big body. Forsyth swings it over to Chilton. Chilton misses the net and cannot quite get his rebound. It's O'Keefe there as we're back to 5-on-5. Gendron there with the ball. Fake to Bogstad and gives it to Laverne. Or Lefebvre, sorry. Over to Bogstad, back down to Lefebvre. Lefebvre using his speed to get around up top, and wide shot will be a 30-second shot clock violation. A late hit, but it's going to be going to the Wild here nonetheless. And Kelleher brings it over. Kelleher, ball up top, swings it across over to Brindamore. Brindamore trying to get a step, but they collapse on him and close the lane. As once again, now we got a penalty interference call on the Kodiaks. And he gets teed up as well. Right, trying to draw Forsyth into something, but gets an interference for 2 and teed up for 2. So this is a chance that the Kodiaks need, or the Wild need, up against the Kodiaks. As they got 4 minutes here, just over 10 minutes, 10 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the second period, or the third period here. A double minor going to the Kodiaks. Yeah, Forsyth and Snyder playing a little back and forth. Drop it down to Warden as they bring it around the horn. Snyder up top. We're going to need some seal off there, and Snyder gets the shooting lane, but off the shoulder of Tardif and right up to the waiting stick of the Kodiak defender, but great back check and causes a turnover for the Wild, as they would love to strike here in the first 2 minutes of this 4-minute power play and get another 2 minutes to strike again. Good jump there by Gendron, put a little pressure on Snyder, but Forsyth over the top shot, but right into the stick of Tardif, and the Wild get the ball back as they set up again. And the Wild, Warden trying to create a bit of a screen in front, but Tardif there with the save, and he looks for the outlet, and Gendron gets in behind just off the end of his stick, and Kelly picks it up. And sends it down. Nice pass to Snyder as they got numbers. See if they take advantage of it. 4-on-3 down to the crease. And oh, just tipped up over the stick, but the Wild pick it up. Kelleher steps in and can't cash in. Oh, looked like a back in. Yes, it is. Great effort by the Wild to cause that turnover. They got 20 seconds left here in the first 2 minutes. But a fresh 30. As they have been snake bit here in the third period. And Snyder up top. No lane there as the Kodiaks knock it down. And they are into the second minor penalty here. The Wild have nothing to show for it. So Kodiaks bring it up over. And almost get trapped there. Great job by Fitton, but the loose ball goes right back to the Kodiaks, and they have been in the right spot at the right time on a lot of these rebounds and loose balls. But Fitton, great effort there, gets a loose ball and gets it over to Coverdale. As we're 7.5 minutes here in the third period, as the Wild have it. Brennecke up top. Over to McDonald. McDonald looking for the lane. Nothing but some flesh there. As we got a Gendron streaking down. Great hustle back by McDonald to check the stick and cause a loose ball and create the turnover. Good hustle. And Forsyth with the ball up top. With 45 seconds left in their power play. Shot clock down to 10. Snyder up top. Over to Forsyth. Tries to use the screen, but off of Tardif. Scooped up by Chilton. Up to Brennecke. Brennecke winds up. And he fires for his second of the game. It's been almost a full period, if not more, since Brennecke's last strike. And he seems to be the only outside shot that's getting the best of Tardif as he fires that low to high shot from outside. As the Wild get something they can build off of here with 6:29 left in the third period. But still a ways to go. A 9-4 lead by the Kodiaks. A little water break for the goalies here. See if they can finish off strong. Fitton and Laverne always battling on these draws, and Fitton doing a yeoman's work here, but majority of the possessions going to the Kodiaks off of the draw as they get this one once again. Very athletic team, lots of speed, great shooters. Fitton does a good job with the stick check, but doesn't realize he knocked the ball loose, and the Kodiaks pick it up again, drive to the net, but one step too many. And we got a crease violation, and the Wild looking to build off of their last power play goal. Finding something they can build off of these Kodiaks, who's dominated for the most of this game. Kelleher on the wrong side of the floor looking for somebody out front, but can't find the mark. Loose ball goes to the Kodiaks, and they look for a transition. Great hustle back by Brindamore as he's battling shoulder to shoulder, and he comes up with it. Great hustle on the back check, and that's what you want to see. This is a 60-minute game, and that is what you got to take out of some of this. Playing shift in, shift out, regardless of the score. And Snyder kind of not trying to go short side, but Tardif closes the gap. And Gendron brings it up over into the offensive zone, slows it down, and he'll go for a change. The Kodiaks will gladly work it down to 10 seconds as Laverne loses a handle on the ball. Great pressure there by Crisco. See if they can grab up the loose ball. as they do. And we've got a penalty going to the Kodiaks as Kelly goes to the bench. And they got 20 seconds here to see what they can do with a 6-on-5 with Kelly pulled. I'm sure they'd like to just settle it here with a extra attacker goal. And Chilton takes the shot from outside and makes a little bit of noise off the boards. So we've got a high sticking call on that scrum along the boards by the Kodiaks as we're 4:23 remaining here in the third period. Snyder up top. He's been a little quiet this game. I'm sure he'd like to get going. On the game sheet, Snyder moving the ball around, can't quite hit Kelleher, and the ball goes out of bounds. Oh, off of the Kodiaks, so that's going to be Wild ball. Up top to Snyder. Snyder winds up, takes a shot outside, misses the net. Kelly comes out to try and scoop it up. Still lots of time in the shot clock. Down to 15 seconds. Snyder over to Forsyth. Forsyth tries to use a screen, but nothing doing there as Tardif tries to hit Gendron streaking down, but over his head into the corner, but Gendron still picks it up, takes it behind the net, and will be content on splitting the defense and going to the net, and just misses. The net, so content on nothing. They got an offensive opportunity. He's going to take it, and he almost made it double digits for the Kodiaks on the scoreboard here. But now the Wild, with no more than a couple of possessions here, and get blocked on the shot here, and we got a breakaway by Clement and a early change by the Wild. We're going to have too many men, which may be, if it's a breakaway, it may be a penalty shot. So I think they're talking. And it'll just be 2 minutes on that call. So we're even for 33 seconds, 4-on-4. And then the Kodiaks will be on a power play for the majority of the remaining time on the game clock as we are inside 3 minutes. Kodiaks pressing here as Herder uses his shoulder here to lock down Hosiel. Nice play. Wild get the ball back, and they will be short in a couple of seconds as Howard comes out of the box. As the Wild will have to see if they can generate some offense here. But the shot clock winding down. Forsyth seeing if he can get a reset, but oh, too late. Too little too late here as the Kodiaks get the ball. Under 2 minutes left here in the game, or the third period, and just under a minute left in the power play here for the Kodiaks. They pass it around here for a few minutes and look for maybe an outside shot here, and oh, fires it off the crossbar, and a big rebound out of bounds here, and that goes back to the Kodiaks, and they'll get another 30 seconds here as we got a minute and a half left in the third. The Kodiaks lead 9-4, and we'll be taking a 2-0 lead back home for games 3, 4, and Wild are hoping for a 5, and maybe even coming back for a 6. That will be back here at the Rec Complex. That's what they're going to be open for, but they got a daunting task. They will have to take 2 on the visitors' floor, just as the visitors have done here in Wilmot. And that makes for a much more enjoyable bus ride, as we were going to get a late penalty here by, yeah, it looks on the Wild, a little delayed there. I think an interference or possibly a high stick by Foyle. Cross check. Maybe a hard pick set by Forsyth, trying to probably get away from the defender. Forsyth questioning if it was him. And it is indeed Forsyth getting the call, so we got 48.6 seconds left here on the clock, and the Wild will finish this game off most likely short-handed, as I'm sure the Kodiaks will wind it down here and maybe just try and get a reset or squeak one in if they can. Wild will have to work on their offensive sets here. I'm sure they'll be the focus of their practices this week as they try and recoup and see what they can do against a strong, athletic, fierce team from North Shore, Montreal, Quebec, as the sticks are on the boards as Jeremy Capella picks it off. And as the referees try and break up any last second extracurriculars. The well-played game by the Kodiaks and frustrating the Wild all game, but it's a 7-game series as the Kodiaks are going back to home floor up by 2, and the Wild will look to regroup and show some of the resiliency they've had all year, and they can do it, but the task will be a big one. I'm Mark Szuskowski, wishing you all a good night here for Darren Stevenson and 5-1 Sports Online. Have a good night, everyone.